Now, all throughout the election period, Radio 1's Newsbeat have been touring the country in their election camper van. They are also in Cheltenham today, so let's go over now to Steffan Powell and find out where they're parked up this time. I'm always amazed it gets anywhere. I've seen it.
I'm surprised it's still running as well, to be honest with you, Simon. Well, this time we've parked at Cheltenham Town FC, home of the Robins. Let's have a look at where you can see there, where we're as close to the pitch as we physically can. Now, on Saturday, the Robins are playing Port Vale here in the FA Cup. But first, we've got some politics to talk about. And joining us in the camper van today, we've got Baddeley, Lauren and Taylor. They all work in the tech industry, and they're joining us to talk about the things that they really care about in this election, like we've been doing all the way through. Baddeley, let's start with you, because something I've learned since being in Cheltenham is that some people say that Cheltenham is like the Silicon Valley of the UK. Is that right, or have I made that up?
Absolutely, no, you are absolutely right with that, yeah.
So why is the tech industry such a big part of life in Cheltenham then?
So obviously we've got GCHQ, which is located here, massive employer, but kind of stemmed from that, we now have some amazing global and local tech and cyber industries that are kind of clustering around Cheltenham. The NCSC run their Cyber Schools Hub initiative, which is really focused on kind of promoting schools to kind of join in cyber activities, getting more girls into tech, and really kind of channeling that kind of growth of the region and kind of, you know, like you said, making it the Silicon Valley of the UK for tech.
Yeah, and Lauren, you're a software engineer, so you're very clever. So tell us about your job.
Yeah, so I'm a software engineer at Amiosec, and we focus on researching and designing new technologies in the area of cybersecurity and secure communications.
And what was it about the tech industry that really, you know, drew you in? What made you want to work in that?
I guess there's always so many challenges. There's always new things coming along. There's new threats. The world's always changing. It's a digital age at the moment, so trying to protect people and make the world a secure place, I think it's always been quite interesting.
And Taylor, you're an apprentice, right?
Yeah.
But you know, you've got such a passion to cybersecurity. You were telling me earlier that you're going out to schools to teach others about cybersecurity. What makes you love it so much?
I don't know. Well, first coming from school is some sort of like home from home to me, just because I get to be with people, well, from my sort of age range, because going from school to a full-time job is it's a baptism of fire.
Yeah,
so
you're telling me, yeah.
Yes, but it's just nice to kind of feel like I'm back there.
And you got into tech, didn't you? Because you were helping fix issues with your family around the house. Is that right?
Yeah, I was pretty much always the computery sort of person in the house, so then kind of got into that and got more interested and found out how it worked.
Fantastic, because Taylor's got to fix my laptop later, so don't go anywhere after we finish. Now, we are here, of course, talking about one of the big issues in this election, and it's something that audiences across the country have been telling us that they really care about. It comes up time and time again. And, of course, we've got that story today about the plastic bag charge as well, and that is the environment and climate issues. Madeline, that's really important to you with this election, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's really important that kind of all the parties look at tech as how they can enable, you know, solving the climate change problem. In Cheltenham, we've got amazing like cyber co-working spaces like Hub 8, who kind of use that as if you think about the economy of scale, they've got 30 companies all being heated and, you know, in one building, and there's that innovation and collaboration that comes out of that. So actually using the tech sector and all of those brilliant people to kind of solve those climate change issues, I think is really important.
There really is a link then between the tech industry and a green future, Lauren, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so I think the engineers are the ones that are going to solve these problems of the future, and putting more investment into bringing more people into the industry, especially women, is going to drive more different perspectives, different ideas, drive innovation, and lead to the solutions of the problems that we're seeing at the moment.
So when it comes to this election, are you going to be looking at the green policies of the parties when it comes to making, you know, or making your choice on December the 12th? Yeah. And Taylor, what do you think about the issue of green? Is this something that's really important to you?
I would like to say that's important to me, yeah. But I think the issue with it is we're not educated enough on it, because we see loads of things on the news about it, but we don't actually know like the core details and like the key specifications of it, where I think if we were taught that both in schools and outside of schools, then people would be able to make a much better assumption of
make a
where
choice.
you'd go. Yeah.
Now, just wrapping up, just to finish off then, Madeline, do you think it's the role of individuals like you to make a big change, or is it up to businesses like you work with to try and solve our green future?
I think it's a bit of both. I think actually by enabling businesses to kind of have free recycling bins, giving people the option to maybe go out litter picking as part of their corporate social responsibility or something like that.
Yeah.
But also it does come down to the individuals wanting to change. But I think for businesses to enable that change, they need to give them choices, and it has to be a movement within the organisation across the country and at that individual basis.
Well, listen, thank you very much, all of you, for coming into the Newsbeat camper van. It's starting to rain out there, Simon. I'll give you a look. The groundsman is busy doing his thing, getting the Cheltenham Town FC ready for their big match in the FA Cup. We're going to get out of their way. We might go and try and take a penalty on the pitch if they let us. But for now, from a very Christmassy Newsbeat camper van, back to you, Simon, in the studio.
Yeah, I was going to call it Steffan Tinsel Powell. What on earth's going on? It's still November.
Well, now you say it's November, Simon, and you are right, but Cheltenham's got a lovely Christmas market up. The lights are up there. In our hotel, the Christmas trees were up, and we felt we needed to get into the Christmas spirit. There's not long left to go this election campaign in this camper van, so we thought we'd make the most of it. We will continue adding decorations as we go, but we felt we needed to, start as we mean to go on for the rest of this month and December, of course.
Yeah, well, you're driving the rest of us to the Christmas spirit. Thank you very much, Steffan. We'll be back to you later on. See you later.